Hey everybody, it's Brooke with Carnation Grove. I talked to you guys this morning about wanting to do a video of a herb I was going to harvest, which was going to be wild lettuce, and go over the medicinal and magical uses. However, this is one of my valerians, and I really wanted to go over this with you guys because the flowers are going, and I have a little one back around there. You'll be able to see I have some in different places around the property, because valerian root is absolutely fantastic. If you're not familiar with valerian root is the original Valium. So if you understand herbalism, all pharmaceutical medications come from a plant or a tree. Roots, flowers, leaves, all those things. Valerian root is one of them, and it is potent and it is powerful. Some say it's a sedative, some will say it's a tranquilizer. Some will also say that it helps with muscle spasms, pain, stress, anxiety, all those things. And let me just insert this. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a pharmacist. So everything I say to you is completely for educational purposes only. Please do your research. Make sure that when you're looking to purchase herbs online, that you get a reputable company. I personally love Mountain Rose Herbs. I've been using them for years and years and years. So anyway, let's get back to it. So valerian root, or valerian, they have some of the most beautiful flowers. See how it's going away? They're all starting to die back, and they'll completely seed. The whole flower will seed. And that's why how it self-seeds. They smell divine. They're absolutely beautiful. These are your leaves. You typically are not going to find these in the wild anywhere, just because unless somebody has it and birds have come by, but you're typically not. You harvest your roots. This is a really old valerian plant, I should say. I'm gonna say this might be like 3-4 years old. You definitely want to wait a couple, 2 to 3 years before you harvest the root for medicine, for the potency. Some people will harvest the leaves. Some people will harvest the flowers for tea or mild sedative, for anxiety, for put it in a cough syrup, for children who have a cough and you're making a syrup for them. You can use the flowers or the leaves. This one is massive, and she is absolutely gorgeous, and I do not want to harvest her. But look how absolutely beautiful she is. She's breathtaking. I just don't even want to harvest her. I can't believe how big she got this year. I am just amazed. The magical purposes are going to be very similar to the medicinal properties. But one thing I do want to say with this, I kind of look at things a little bit different. Of course, everything has its traditional magical properties, but I like to look at the complete totality of the plant to be able to understand what I'm using it for. So let's say you have a lot of chaos in your house. You would want to burn this. You can put this in a satchel because it's going to bring soothing and calming. You can put it underneath your pillow if you made a satchel to put underneath your pillow with different herbs and stones in order to have restful sleep. It also helps with deep shadow working. I don't know who's familiar with the Dark Night of the Soul, but Dark Night of the Soul is a rough place to be, but it's very beneficial in the end. But anyway, so valerian root, or valerian, is, I keep saying valerian root because traditionally you just use the valerian root. If you ever go to purchase valerian, you're going to get the root. But it's just a fantastic plant for, like I said, sleep, stress, anxiety, muscle spasms, panic attacks, insomnia. Like I said, some people will say it's a sedative. Some people will say that it's a tranquilizer. Some is mild. I have a very great tolerance to it, so I can take it throughout the day. But by the end of the evening, of course, I'm going to be, I'm going to be done. I will say this, traditionally, people will take this and they'll use droppers. When you're making a tincture, which I'll do a video with that on another video, but when you make a tincture, a lot of people just tincture it up, let it sit for 6 to 8 weeks, and then they will take droppers. I am a rebel counter, and I'm a rebel herbalist. So I take 5 to 10 milliliters of it, and I drink it in shots mixed with other things. I have severe back issues and have really bad muscle spasms in my back with the sciatica and everything. So I take valerian root very often. You always want to give your body a rest as you're taking it. You know, you don't want to, you know, too much of a good thing is too much, right? So you kind of want to have balance within all things that you take. But magically, it is going to help with calming households, soothing relationship, all those things that most of us all need. So anyway, so this is your valerian. It is beautiful. Now I'm going to show you over here another one that I have. This is a small one, and you see it has already, the flowers are gone. So it's starting to go to seed now. And then the wind, the birds, they just take off with it. And then, or you can harvest them. I'll put them in a bag and shake the seeds, and I'll plant them where I want or start new plants the next year to have more patches. But this is your valerian root, and it is absolutely, smells beautiful. She is huge. I have other ones that are small, like that one over there. I've never had one this big, ever. But yeah, get valerian root. Again, Mountain Rose Herbs is, to me, the best place to get your herbs. I do want to show you this just in case. I have no idea if the wind's going to come or what's going to happen, but I do want to show you this really quick. I want you to see elder. So this is elder, one of my elders. So these are, and the flowers are so similar. That's an elder flower, which when the flowers go, it turns to your berries. So like up here, you can see some of your berries starting to come in. I personally love to harvest the flowers. Actually, my husband, Randy, he harvests them for me. I love to harvest elderflowers. I love working with elderflowers. We'll do that for another video, but I was afraid that maybe all the flowers were going to be gone, and I really wanted you to be able to see the elderflower. That's the elderflower, and then the leaves. Now, I do have your traditional. This is, I think, a traditional European black elder. And then this that's dried up is a red elder that just came up in a pot. Didn't even know it. It just showed up, and I have no idea where it came from. It just showed up. And so I'm really grateful for that. But back to this. The beautiful valerian. I highly recommend you grow these so you can harvest them for your medicine, as well as your magical spiritual practices. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I haven't done videos in a really, really long time, so I hope you guys can bear with me because, you know, I'm coming out of my dark night of the soul and back into the world, and so y'all just gonna have to be patient with me. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope you guys grow you some valerian. If not, see how similar they are to elder? It's amazing. It's just amazing. They look just almost like elder. So beautiful. And they smell so good. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys grow yourself some valerian for medicinal and your magical purposes. Hopefully nobody has chaos in their life and marriage, that they only need it to relax their body and go to sleep. All right, guys, have a beautiful day.